You know that we like to bring you the best celebrity names on OKTV, and tonight we've got a real treat. X Factor and pop star to opera star winner Joe McElderry is here. We'll be chatting to him about his new album.
He won't be walking out in a huff. Will he walk out in a huff?
Of course not.
Promise
Well,
you.
we'll see. Depends what the questions are.
Good comeback, Joe. He's a lovely lad, though, and it's great
lad
to have Joe here. He's obviously just won his second TV talent show in 2 years and landed a fantastic new record deal.
Before we meet him, have a look at this.
Joe McElderry has achieved a whole lot in the last 2 years. He was crowned the winner of X Factor in 2009, with his debut single reaching the #1 spot. Since then, Joe has released 2 more singles, touring the country as well as bringing out his debut album. Most recently, Joe took part in another talent show and went on to win ITV's Pop Star to Opera Star, proving to everyone just how talented he is. Joe's now back in the studio recording his second album, which will be released next month.
Joe McElderry, one of the nicest guys in show business. Welcome to OKTV, mate.
Joe.
It's a pleasure to have you here. How must it feel to win Pop Star to Opera Star? You must be used to winning now.
Well, I think because the show was so different, I never expected, you know, I thought, to be honest, I thought it was going to be easy. When I first went the first rehearsal, I thought, X Factor, bring it on. You know, it's going to be the same kind of thing. And then I got there and realised how different the singing is, and I was like, oh my God.
You were so pleased to win, I heard, that you celebrated so hard you lost your voice.
We did. We had a big rap party and sang karaoke. I think there was Claire, Catherine, Cheryl, everybody. We had a karaoke and sang everybody's songs.
Can you imagine walking into that karaoke party and going, I'm going to have a... No, I'm not. Because Catherine Jenkins and Joe McElderry having a go. I'm not going to bother. That's pointless. Do you know what I mean?
What are your karaoke songs, Joe?
Yeah.
We sang Crazy in Love, Beyonce.
Classic.
Good one.
Claire sang all the step songs.
Did she?
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
Honestly, I loved it. I was a massive fan of steps, so I was buzzing. I was up there dancing.
Doing the dance moves? Brilliant.
All the dance routines. But it was a fun night.
Did you do Don't Stop Believing?
I did.
A good boy!
I sang it.
It's a classic.
I love it.
It's a classic before you did it. And then you just took it to another level.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Anytime.
Were you a fan of opera before you took part in the show?
I think I had the same perspective as what quite a lot of people have, you know, where they kind of don't really know much about it, and because of that, they think that it's this scary kind of weird sounding music. But when you actually listen to it and when you actually hear the songs, you know a lot more than you think you do. They're on adverts, they're everywhere, and it's a beautiful style of music, honestly. And I'm a massive fan now. I absolutely love it.
But you've got a second album coming out. Is this an opera album? Tell us more.
It's not opera. We're going to reference opera on it. You know, I'm going to sing a few songs, but obviously in my style. You know, I can't kind of ignore the voice I had before Pop Star to Opera Star. We're going to kind of do a crossover where I'll do some songs in the style of my voice, some in kind of with an opera sound, but not scary opera that people kind of tend to be scared of. And yeah, just classic songs and some classical songs as well.
Which kind of songs can we expect? What have you got in there?
There's a few that people know already of us singing. We're going to do Dance With My Father. Yeah, which is
classic.
A very favourite song of mine. So I'm really excited about that, and a few other similar songs like that. And I don't want to spoil it too much for everybody.
You don't want to give everything away. You want there to be some surprises in there as well.
How do you feel now with this record label? Because you obviously party company with Simon's label. Was that a difficult time for you?
Yeah, I think it was disappointing at the time, but looking back, you know, you always have that kind of motto, everything happens for a reason. And I think it was nice for me to kind of experience working with a new label and experience a different kind of chapter in my career. So it was upsetting at the time, but I kind of just...
Do you have more freedom now?
Yeah, I think it's not freedom. I think it's just you get a bit more gutsy. You know, when you kind of have a bit more time to experiment with things without... You know, I wasn't chained up and everything in Psycho. I was free there, but I think you get a bit more gutsy because you have to be.
When can we expect a new album?
22nd of August, so not long.
Yeah, not long now.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
When you did part company with Simon, did you have a chat with him about it? Because we always see that the female winners from the X Factor generally do better than the men. I mean, any ideas as to why that might be? I
don't know. I think, you know, it's just one of those things. Sometimes things don't work out, timings don't work out. There was a few things that didn't go right when we were doing it, but I think, you know, I'm proud of the album that I made the first time, and the fans loved it, and I think that's the main thing. If people enjoy the music, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. So what's next for you in the future? Obviously, you've got your album coming out. That's
Yes.
fantastic. I've got to be honest, Joe, I'd love to see you on the West End stage. People must say that to you a lot. Is it something you fancy?
I'd definitely like to do it. I went to see Ghost, the musical, the other night.
And
is it good?
It's amazing, and that was like, I was like, oh my God, I would love to do that. It's definitely something I think about in the future, but obviously when you do that, that's all you can do. So you have to have quite a clear block and a schedule to fit that in. It's something I'd definitely consider in the future, and I'd love to experience that as well.
I've always thought as well, TV presenting, I think you'd be fantastic.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot about personality. If I can do it, you know, anybody can do it. So, yeah, I think you'd be great at that. You know.
I'd like to give it a go. Yeah. I don't know whether I could do the auto cue thing.
You can do my link for me in a second.
All right, okay, let's do it.
And as well, the new X Factor's coming on. You're still a big fan of it, obviously.
I love it.
Yeah, what do you think about the new judging lineup?
I think everybody's going to miss Cheryl. I think that's just a given. But I do think the new lineup is really credible, and I think it's just going to freshen it up a bit and change things around a bit. And I'm looking forward to see how contestants, obviously, because they're not going to know how these judges judge and what they're looking for. So it's going to be interesting to see how people are going to react in front of them.
Really good point. Are you still in contact with Cheryl at all?
Yes. Yeah, I think she might be out the country at the minute, but
will you send her my love?
I will do.
It's got a bit of a soft spot for Cheryl.
Okay, two? Just two?
Oh, like loads. the XOXO one, you know.
Right, okay, I'll make sure.
The special one. Joe, it's been a real pleasure having you in.
Pleasure.
Good luck with your album. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Cheers.
mate. Cheers. Right
now, we've got lots more celebrity treats for you tonight. Later on.